Now it's time to turn our attention to this week's honoree. This teacher by trade is applying her skills to make discussions about the serious subject of child abuse a lot easier for kids. Take a look.
This is New Yorker of the Week.
Step away.
The motivation for Rose Morrisroe is personal.
I was 4 years young when I was molested by a family member. And I remember thinking that I'm alone, I'm ashamed, and I'm to blame for what happened.
Rose kept the abuse a secret for decades. Today, this first grade teacher is helping the youngest in our city raise their voices.
Nix Mary Brown was an unfortunate case in Brooklyn where it was a young 7-year-old girl who was murdered by her stepfather. And that really prompted me to get involved because I started to realize that our children are in need of adults to speak up for them.
So, Rose made it her mission. In 2006, she founded Soldiers Against Child Abuse, a nonprofit that works to raise awareness and educate children to protect themselves.
How does a child at 4 years young realize and comprehend what has happened? How do you put your brain around what is being done to you? There aren't really resources out there that are available, especially at the primary grades.
Rose visits schools around the city and communicates in a kid-friendly way. She uses a hula hoop to show personal space and reads from her book, No Secrets Between Us. It's all an effort to teach kids about the importance of trusted adults.
You should tell your parents what happened.
It's a valuable lesson for the children and their teachers and parents, too.
Our children should be feeling safe. So I will introduce this to my family, friends, and we'll continue talking about it.
I'm glad that Miss Rose did this because it's actually important and kids need to know about personal space.
At this age, they're sponges. They take in everything. So whatever you're teaching them, it's gonna stick, you know, especially when it comes to their personal space.
You have now become your own superheroes.
And so, for encouraging children to become their own advocates, Rose Morrisroe is our New Yorker of the Week. And joining us now in the studio is our New Yorker of the Week, Rose Morrisroe. Thank you so much for your time tonight and for doing what you've been doing. Why don't we talk about this subject as much as we should publicly?
We really should. I think a lot of people find this subject to be taboo and forbidden. I remember when I was young, 4 years young, when I was sexually abused, I could never talk about that with anyone. And I think now, finally, doors are opening and we're starting to speak about it. Still, people find it to be a taboo subject, but I remember 9 years ago as an educator, talking about bullying, oh, that was like forbidden as well, and now it just rolls off our tongue. We can say bullying, and I hope the same is true when it comes to abuse.
Did you find that there were resources for you when you were a kid? Was anybody talking about this?
Absolutely not. There were no resources at all, and I told my mother I was being abused. Very little got done. As a matter of fact, I was told to keep it a family secret.
Has that changed much through the years, the access to resources?
Well,
are there more now to the point where we should be talking about it more than we are?
I think we definitely should be talking about it. I think we should be teaching children prevention education at the primary grades. If you think about when children are learning about sexual abuse, it's 5th, 6th grade. We need to teach our babies in kindergarten, in 1st and 2nd grade, what are boundaries and personal space, and that they are the boss of their body. And should somebody violate them, they need to tell a trusted adult and right away.
Let's talk about your style of communicating. Two things. First off, the book you're holding. Let's just talk about No Secrets Between Us for a moment. Tell us about the book.
Absolutely. I piloted this book in my own classroom. I'm a 1st grade teacher, and I started to realize there aren't any resources out there. So I created No Secrets Between Us, and a fun fact, President Ronald Reagan's son, Michael Reagan, endorsed my book. I made sure that my book was age appropriate and child friendly. It's very difficult, it's a sensitive subject, especially at the primary grades, but I made sure that No Secrets Between Us was child friendly and a great tool and resource for parents and educators.
Yeah, now if you just watched the video of the piece, or if you walked into the room, you might not realize the seriousness of the subject matter. There are hula hoops going on and kids smiling, and that's by design.
Right. Right, absolutely. And children love when they are the boss of something. And when we teach them, when I teach them my No Secrets Between Us curriculum and book, that they're the boss of their body, their boundaries, their personal space. And at the end of my seminar, they become superheroes. Who doesn't want to be a superhero? They become superheroes because now they're educated and empowered.
I'm finding that I have a 20-month-old son who the other day I was trying to help put his jacket on, and he said, "Stop, no pushing." And I said, "I'm not pushing, I'm helping. Daddy doesn't push."
Right.
So what advice do you have for parents who may not know how to address this subject, may not have access to you, may not find the book this weekend? What advice do you have for parents who may want to use your message moving forward?
Talk about it. Allow an open communication in your household. It's so imperative because you would end up empowering and protecting your child. I want to mention, with No Secrets Between Us, because that was one of my concerns, at the end of the book, there are 2 lesson plans or a step-by-step guide for parents so they know how to broach this sensitive subject in a child-friendly way, and even they will be comfortable discussing this topic with their children. It's so important.
What about the children? What have the children said to you to make you realize your message is getting across?
Oh, Ms. Rose, I have several children have come up to me after I did my seminar. "Ms. Rose, you're my trusted adult." I knew that, just tears in my eyes, obviously, of joy, because they realized, they understood the important material that I am relaying to them. They really get the message. Children are extremely smart. They're sponges, they take it in. So this kind of information in a child-friendly way, they feel great.
Tell us more about your organization. How many presentations do you make a year? Do you need volunteers? Give us some of the practical things.
Thank you. Yes, Soldiers Against Child Abuse, we're a nonprofit organization. I definitely need volunteers, and anyone can reach out to me on soldiersagainstchildabuse.org or nosecretsbetweenus.com. And we're always holding seminars. I am globe-trekking. I'm all over the place. It's my calling. It's my passion in life. I don't want another 4-year-old to ever have to feel the pain that I felt. And I want them to understand and know that they're not alone and they're not to blame, and to speak up. So yes, I will be going all over the place in the United States, you name it. I want to go nationwide.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, what do you see your organization growing into one day? What is the big vision?
Nationwide, every single school district having No Secrets Between Us as they're part of their curriculum, as their resource, and that SACA would, there'd be a lot more soldiers out there making sure that our children are safe.
If that does happen, you come back and let us know about it.
I will.
Rose Morrisroe, our New Yorker of the Week, thank you so much for coming in and doing what you've been doing.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here.
For more information about the organization, you can visit soldiersagainstchildabuse.org. Of course, if you know someone who would make a good New Yorker of the Week, write to us at New Yorker of the Week, 75 9th Avenue. We're on the 6th floor, New York, New York, 10011. And you can email us at nyer@ny1.com. That's all the time we have for now. I'm John Schumo, and I'll talk with you Monday.